Senator Rob Portman is with us now, Republican from the great state of Ohio. Senator, can we just try to get some clarity on this? Are you a yes on the $1.2 trillion infrastructure bill and a no on the $3.5 trillion spending bill?
Absolutely, and they are two very different products, and that's why it's so important that we separate them. Yeah. And what Speaker Pelosi has wanted to do all along, as you know, is bring the two of them together. The infrastructure bill has no taxes in it, no tax increases. It came out of a process that was truly bipartisan. Recall, President Biden had proposed a $2.65 trillion so-called infrastructure bill. It had a lot of non-infrastructure items in it. It had huge tax increases in it. We took out just the core infrastructure, got rid of the taxes, and that's what's left. It's about $550 billion in additional spending. The other spending would have occurred anyway under our highway trust fund, our highway bill. So it's about $550 billion. It's the right thing for the country because it's a long-term spending. Capital expenditures, think of it as something that is part of the supply side rather than the demand side of the economy. It'll be spent over many years, not just over the next couple of years, but over 5, 10, 15, 20 years. So I think that's a good idea. The other one is a disaster, and that's the tax and spending extravaganza. It is reckless. It is exactly the wrong thing to do right now in our economy. It'll increase inflation, and it'll hurt the economy by raising taxes on pretty much everybody and everything.
Senator, Speaker Pelosi has just walked to the podium. She's about to start her press conference. We expect to find out if and when there's going to be a vote on the $1.2 trillion deal today. If it's delayed, well, I think that sinks it. But if she holds the vote, she's got to make sure that she's got the left on board and it will pass. Is that an accurate description of where we are, Senator?
Yes, I think it's true. The progressives don't like it because it doesn't have the tax increases, doesn't have the Green New Deal, doesn't have all of the new free items for everybody that's in the so-called reconciliation bill, which, by the way, is not just $3.5 trillion. I think it's closer, Stuart, to $5 trillion when you really add it up. So I'm very concerned that what she may do today is not work hard enough to get the infrastructure bill passed because she really would prefer this tax and spending bill. And that would be a big mistake for our country. Let's pass the infrastructure bill. It's good for the country. It has bipartisan support. And we can continue the debate on the other issue. I'm strongly against it. So are, by the way, some moderates, as you know, on the Democratic side who have spoken up recently. Let them speak for themselves. But they should be separate items, and she's trying to confuse the two and bring the two together.
Will there be a yes vote on keeping the government open? That looks likely. You agree with that?
Yes, I mean, I hope so. I do have a big concern about what the Democrats would like to do on the so-called continuing resolution to keep government open, because these evacuees from Afghanistan are not being properly vetted under their bill. We need to vet them like we would vet any other group of refugees or so-called parolees. We don't know who a number of them are. And so one thing the Democrat version does is provides funding without proper vetting. So I'm offering an amendment with Tom Cotton and a couple others to say, okay, we're all right bringing folks in who helped us in Afghanistan, but they've got to be properly vetted if we don't know who they are. I think that's a very simple amendment. I hope it passes.
Senator Portman, thank you very much for bringing some clarity to this, because it's exceptionally confusing, very frustrating for our viewers, but what we want is clarity, and you gave it to us. We appreciate that, Senator.
Thanks, Stuart.
Thanks for being here.
Always great to be on with you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thanks.